dangerous place, and you need to get away from here.
It was very exciting to do Hemlock Grove with all the episodes at once. That was one of the main reasons I wanted to do it with Netflix. It changes how you tell the story. We could really approach it as a 13-hour movie, and season 2 is a 10-hour movie. And it changed how we wrote it. We were free to have violence and nudity, and to film it in a very, very cinematic way. I wanted it to, the whole thing to look and feel like a movie.
Personally, I think that Hemlock Grove absolutely falls under the horror genre. You know, I'm not seasoned in this kind of thing. I don't really know the classifications that are required for each genre, but it definitely has a bit of fantasy, definitely some supernatural elements going on. But when you have 75 pounds of blood shooting like a geyser out of someone's neck, it's horrific. It falls under the horror genre.
Netflix is the future. You know, we didn't want to do a show where every 10 minutes you have a commercial, or next week on Hemlock Grove, you can sit down and play it and watch all of it at once, or watch 2 hours or 3 hours. It's a show that really fits the viewing habits of today's modern viewer. Binge watching is the way that people watch television now. In fact, couples, when they're watching a show, they say, oh, we're doing House of Cards, we're doing Breaking Bad. I think Breaking Bad was the tipping point. You know, that was where, even though it was on a different network, everybody said, are you caught up? Are you caught up? And they had to start watching it, and they watched them all on Netflix. So people got really used to watching shows that way. So then they said, well, let's try Orange is the New Black, or let's try House of Cards, let's try Hemlock Grove. And they saw all the other old shows. So now there used to be a thing, if you missed a show, like if you missed Lost, season 1 or 2, you couldn't really come in season 3. But now, with Netflix, you can go back right from the beginning and catch up on absolutely everything. You don't need DVDs. There's no piracy anymore. You don't have to search for episodes. It's all right there. It's so exciting to have a show that's like this. We've never had a show in this space with a monster, with a universe, supernatural, where you can give everyone the mythology, everything at once, and they can all engage with each other all around the world. So that's what's exciting, is that people are creating artwork, sharing artwork, texting with each other, talking to fans in Brazil and Sweden. It really makes the launch of the show a global event. We were very lucky that Chick Egley came in. He worked for many years with James Cameron, and what Chick was able to provide was a fresh perspective. You know, I had lived with the project for 3 years, from reading the galleys of the novel, to the printing of the novel, to pitching the show. So I was so close to this particular story, but Chick just watched it in a weekend and came in as a fan. And he said, I love the show, I love what you did, but if, as a fan, this is what I want to see. And I said, okay, as a fan, this is what I want to see. And he's like, okay, that's cool. And we were able to take any ideas that I had and write them into a really, really interesting story. And he said, I want to bring in Miranda, a new love interest for Roman and Peter, and I want to have her be a graphic novelist, and wrote this incredible new character, but I wanted it to go stranger, darker, scarier.
You have no right to perform your experiments on my children.
There are some scenes that take a lot of preparation, such as the gorgasmic blood shooting like a geyser scene. That took a lot of preparation. All the cameras are covered in plastic bags, and everybody has to be like, we need to get this in at least 4 takes. So that takes a lot of preparation and a lot of commitment for everybody. Like, we want to get it right the first time, and if not the first time, definitely the second time. Miranda is a very specific character. She has a very tough exterior, but she has a very soft core. You know, she's not what she seems, which is something that I really love about her, because you have to get to know her, and you have to really listen and get to know her to see what it is that she has going on deep down. I identify with her a lot because, you know, we're the same person. I am very much like Miranda. I tend to have like a much tougher outer shell, but then when you get to know me, I'm a total softie. Miranda has this darker, kind of sexier vibe, I guess. And, you know, I think she can hold the audience's attention especially initially, because you don't know, is she a villain? Is she on a good side? What are her intentions? So I guess she keeps your attention that way. And also, you know, when somebody takes their shirt off, you know, you usually keep your attention for a little while. I did graduate at the end of May in 2012, and 4 months later, I started work on Orange is the New Black, and it was a total whirlwind. I had no idea what I was getting myself into even. I hadn't intended to do TV, and I just got this audition, and I went for it, and it worked out. And Jenji Cohen obviously saw, I don't know, she saw something in me. Maybe it was she liked my eyebrows or something. I don't know. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm very, very happy, and it's been a really rewarding experience being on both shows, and both shows being these original series on Netflix, this brand new platform, this brand new way of watching television, that's really just taking over. I'm still in shock that I've been so lucky.